All right, one thing I think is useful is to be able to uh, cut more than just precincts out of your mailing addresses, your full mailing addresses Excel spreadsheet. And so I'm going to demonstrate that today. Let's first of all, let's go to HiLeg and click here. And I'm going to log in as Rapido again. And I'm going to start by creating a complete full list for my preset for my district. Click mailing addresses, click submit, download the whole spreadsheet. And I'm just going to save this right now. Save as HD49 all mailing addresses, all columns. And I'm going to save that as a worksheet and click save. Now I can work with this. So starting with this, I'd like to show you a new feature that I've added to the worksheet spreadsheet is this one, residence street. So this is actually the street, not without the house number of for every mailing address. So let's choose a street. I'm going to choose a street in Kaneohe called Anoy Street, which crosses the Likelike. It spans 2 districts. So to select out, to cut out Anoy Street, first of all, we need to sort by residence street. So click on Data, and then click on Sort, and then we're going to sort by residence street. And that's really all we need to do. So let's sort that. And we see that it's sorted by street. There's Anoy, there's all the other streets. Now let's, on the data ribbon, click on Filter, and you notice little drop-down menus for all the column titles. Go to Residence Street, and we want to isolate Anoy Street. There's Anoy Street, so let's check this to unselect everything, and then just check Anoy Street. Click OK, and we are left with just the residences on Anoy Street. And if you look here, the precinct column, we see it spans 2 precincts, so it wouldn't have done much good for us to isolate this out by precinct. So now I'm going to create a new worksheet. I'm going to click here, and I'm going to name this worksheet Anoy Street. And I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to copy this column. I'm going to right-click, copy, and then I'm going to click Anoy Street. I'm going to right-click. I'm going to right-click, paste. Doesn't really matter. Any paste will work. And then let me go back here, and now I'm just going to copy out or cut out the street. I have to start with the first row, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and then hold the shift key down and select the last row. And now the whole thing is selected. And now I can cut, home, cut, and then I can click Anoy Street over here, cell A2, and just do a paste. And all of the Anoy residences appear, 194 of them. We can go back here, and this is empty, and it doesn't much matter. We're going to delete this sheet anyway, because and we're going to save this worksheet as a new Excel spreadsheet, so we still have our original spreadsheet. So I'm just going to delete this sheet. Right click down here on the tab, delete. Yes. And so now I have this one worksheet in here with just a noise street. Now let me set it up so we can send it off to the mail house. I'm going to click here in the upper left hand corner. I'm going to double click in between two columns, and we see now we have all of our columns. Let's see, I'm going to keep the first row. I think this time I'm going to be a little bit different, and I'm going to prepare this for sending mail merged letters. There's only 194 here, and so maybe you want to get 193 addresses, so maybe you want to get real personal and send them a letter saying there's going to be some work done on their street, or something will be going on in the next 2 weeks or so. And so let's use the long addressee, and you see that the way there can be more, if there's more last names at a residence, we see that the addressee long can be longer than if there's only 2 last names or 1 last name. So let's delete these 2 columns. Let's leave the addresses, and then we can actually delete these columns all the way to, let's leave the first names column. Hold the shift key down and click, and do a right click and delete. And now we have the addressee column. We can remove that long addressee column, the address, the city, state, the zip. These are mailing addresses, and then the first names, which we can mail merge into the dear line of the letter. So now we need to save as, and I'm going to name this Hanoi Street, and save. And now I have my spreadsheet ready to send to the mailer.